everyone, this is Jessica with OrgoMan, and we've put together a 3-part series for interviewing for dental schools. So the first part we've already gone over is thinking and brainstorming and strategizing and putting pen to paper and really exhaustively coming up with things that make you unique and experiences and opinions you have that you want to highlight on your interview. The second one is about doing. It's about habit building and what action steps we'll take in order to prepare. You do not want to start the week before, days before. This needs to be started weeks before so that the muscle memory can really set in to make you feel grounded and confident in what you're saying and how your body language is being conveyed to the interviewer. And then the third video will be the last minute tips and the day before your interview. So way in advance, you want to think about what you're going to wear. You don't want to wing this. You don't want to think, oh, I got it, have people double check it. Your best bet is to go to your friend that you think looks the sharpest, or if you don't have one of those, go to a department store. They usually have stylists on hand and tell them you want to dress business professional. A good tip is that if you have dark features, dark hair, dark eyes, you want to wear a light shirt and maybe a blazer that's navy blue or black. If you tend to be more blonde and light featured, you want to have a light shirt, but then maybe a light blue blazer or a light gray blazer. Only stud earrings, no bangle earrings, nothing too flashy, not a lot of jewelry. Flats for women unless you are 100% used to walking around in heels, and even at that, no higher than 2-inch heels. Definitely, if you feel comfortable in a dress, make sure it's something you can sit in, something you feel comfortable in. Don't just stand and look in the mirror and look amazing. You really need to sit in it and make sure it's going to make you feel empowered, and that will convey to the interviewer. If you do wear a dress, you're going to want to wear hose, no bare legs, tights or hose, and make sure to bring an extra pair with you in case you get a run. And while you're at it, go ahead and bring some clear nail polish as well in case you get another run. You have to wear antiperspirant even if you don't usually. There has to be 0% chance of you sweating. Also, no cologne and no perfume. Someone may have asthma, someone may not like the fragrance. It's really best that you just shower, wear antiperspirant, and no cologne and perfume. This is a point to say, if it is an inherent part of your personal style, say wearing a bow tie or a certain flower on your shirt that has something that's really uniquely specific to you on a daily basis, then go ahead. This is not the time to peacock. This is not the time to stand out. Really, less is more. Keep it simple, keep it sharp. And then if you do have a personal style, fashion-wise, I would encourage you to do that. Just make sure it's not too risky. If you do not wear makeup, usually you need to go to Sephora or Clinique. Do not go to MAC. Do not stay away from anything that says glam makeup, and just ask them for a natural professional look. You do not need to wear false eyelashes or colored eyeshadow, something very neutral and that accentuates your beauty rather than trying to paint on any extra face. For men, you'll also want to buy a concealer stick and try it out before. You will not wear it unless the day of you've stressed out and you have a large blemish or zit on your face. Then you will need to minimize it by putting on some concealer. If you're going to ask your friends who consider them strong interviewers themselves and can ask questions for about 10 minutes at a time doing mock interviews in various locations with different levels of distraction. You want to become as versatile as you possibly can in as many different situations as you can. Having opportunities to be thrown off your guard, and then having the interviewer go, great, that was a hard one, but you did it. Or wow, that was so loud, that baby was even bothering me, but you did it. More than likely, you'll be in an office, it's going to be really quiet, but you just don't know when your nerves get a hold of you, how your visceral body will start to respond. Sometimes we just need an honest opinion, whether we sound whiny or negative, because we have to spin everything up. We can be honest, but upbeat and positive about it. As I mentioned in the last video, now's the time to get them to role play with you as stoic. They're really withholding, and you have to continue to give really kind eyes and a kind look and, do your part, your role. Show up and be gracious and inviting, even if they're withholding. Have them be super casual and sort of lean back and your goal is to stay professional and not go into that hey casual mode with them. To have an accusatory interviewer so that you can stay reassured and confident and not defensive and not take it personally. And you'll also want a distracted interviewer so that you can not get flustered, because it's really frustrating interviewing and trying to talk to someone who doesn't want to talk to you or who seems distracted. How to mirror and match. If they're leaned back, you'll want to lean back too, not too much to like a slouching. If they're leaned forward, it'd be nice to lean forward. If they're talking at a rapid pace, it's nice to keep up the energy and talk with them at a rapid pace. If they talk slower, even if they lean to one side. Now, you don't want to be too obvious, but it's going to build positive rapport with the interviewer if you mirror and match them. So stay grounded, keep your eyes open, and really try to pick up on the frequency that they're operating at, and you're gonna build more positive rapport with them throughout the interview. Now, if you've been told you have a resting, you know what face, you need to start working on it right now. An interview is not the time to be your authentic self if you tend to not be able to think and speak at the same time. A lot of people, when they start thinking, their face drops and they're thinking, and then they lighten back up. This is a habit that you need to form. You need to learn how to keep the muscles engaged and keep a light expression on your face, even if you're thinking. Preferably, you're not even looking up. Preferably, you're continuing to look. The thought comes to you and you continue to say it. If you need to put a pencil in your teeth so that you can really try to practice thinking while keeping those muscles engaged, do it, because that's going to create a much more positive experience for the interviewer if you're able to keep a pleasant look on your face this entire time. So you want to breathe and stay grounded in the moment. If for some reason you do get flustered or emotionally flooded or just completely lose track of where you are, relax. Remember, we're not memorizing the questions. We're just hoping that they ask questions that we've thoroughly thought about, and maybe even if they don't ask the question, you have something that you're passionate about that you can even drive the question back in that direction, in a direction that you've pre-rehearsed. But if that's not the case and you feel completely overwhelmed, just take a moment. As soon as they ask the question and you're not gonna know the answer and it's kind of getting off track, say, that's such a good question. Can I think about that for just one moment? And they'll go, yes, of course. It's better than just rambling or, panicking. Look away, find something in the room, think of the answer, don't overindulge, and look back and say, okay, what I would say to that is, and then continue. It's really important that you do the best you can to have these plan Bs just in case. I imagine if you prepare for weeks in advance, like I'm talking about, you're gonna have no problem building positive rapport. And the last part of the to-do checklist is to make sure you make these packets for each school. It's gonna have your application that you also, with that friend, go over extensively so you know everything on your application. It'll have your resume, and it'll also have pertinent information about the school, the mission statement, and anything else you decided to print out. It'll make you look really professional that you came in with an asset. And if they say, oh, what is that? You can say, oh, I have my resume in case you needed it. Between the composure, the posture, the mirror and match, your clothes, having a folder, you're gonna come across as super confident, super prepared, and it's really impossible that you won't create positive rapport with your interviewer, and they're gonna love you. So if you need any more help one-on-one, we also do offer Skype sessions. If you feel that you need more individual attention to really zone in on your specialty, what makes you unique, and can kind of give you that competitive edge if you feel like you need it. All right, so we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.